Hello friends, thanks for coming to the Foraging for Balance YouTube channel. I'm Jackie and today I'm going to lead you on a sequence that peaks in standing splits. Don't worry if you can't do the splits. You don't need to be able to do the sequence, okay? My splits are not going to look like splits when we do the standing splits either. It's probably going to look like an L. It's okay. You can do this. Let's start by lying on our backs on the mat. You can have legs extended, or if your back likes to settle in before you can extend, you can start with your knees bent, feet on the floor. Let's bring one hand to our belly and one to our chest. And just notice how they both rise and fall with your inhales and exhales. If you'd like to set an intention for yourself tonight, go ahead and do that. And from here, let's find a full body stretch. So if your legs are bent, let's extend them now. Take arms overhead, flex feet to the ceiling. Be as tall and long as you can here. Oh, I hope that feels as good for you as it does for me. And we'll tuck both knees into the chest and bring hands to kneecaps for Apanasana flow. So as you inhale, your belly's going to inflate and push your knees away. Keep a hold on them. And then as you exhale, draw knees to chest, helping squeeze that air out. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Good. And yours might be a much smaller movement than mine, and that's totally okay. We could just be working right up here. Do what works for you. Okay, next time you come to the squeezed position, right, knees to chest, let's pause there. And hold on to the right leg, and you can hold on behind the knee on the thigh if your knees are sensitive, or you can hold on to the shin if it doesn't bother your knee. Extend left leg long, hovering above the floor. How high you hover is up to you. The lower you hover, the more ab work this is going to be. The higher you hover, the less work it is, right? So from here, inhale, we're going to send both legs up to the ceiling. Exhale, switch, bringing left leg in, right leg hovers. Keep going with your breath. Inhale, taking them up. Exhale, switching. Try to keep your back glued to the mat here. There'll likely be a little gap, but it shouldn't arch up as you lower down. Okay, let's do one more round just like this. And then tuck both knees back into your chest. Let's just give ourselves a little rock side to side. Great job. All right, we're going to do something similar to what we just did, except we're going to keep both legs straight. So let's extend right leg and pull it toward you. Left leg's going to drop away. Right. Inhale, they're going to cross. Exhale, switch. And you could be holding on behind the thigh, You could hold on to the shin or calf, just depends. All right, doing great. Let's do one more round. And tuck knees into the chest. And from here, let's rock and roll our way to seated. Go a couple times because it's fun and it feels good. If it's not fun and doesn't feel good, find another way to seated. All right, let's come on up. Before we get too far, let's just make sure everything is warmed up. This is going to focus more on lower body, but let's get our spine and our upper body a little warm as well. Start by taking hands out to the sides. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, coming back through center. Let's switch arms. Exhale, left arm reaches right. It's gently flowing side to side. Last one. Make sure you've done both sides evenly. Beautiful. We'll meet back in the middle. And let's take both arms out in front of you. Palms facing each other. Inhale, take those arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right, bringing arms down. Inhale, up and center. Exhale, twist left, bringing arms down. So just gently flowing side to side. Okay, last round. Back to center. Let's bring palms together, pressing down, stretching the inside of your wrist. And let's flip back some hands together, press the elbows down, stretching the outside of your wrist. Let's release, shake it out. Okay, from here, we're going to move on to our hands and knees. So let's stack hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Spread your fingers wide. If your wrists are not a fan of this, we can come into fists. So then palms kind of face each other. Wherever you're at here, let's head into some cows and some cats. So let's explore them both first. So cow, tailbone lifts, belly drops, chest opens up as you look forward. And then cat, chin comes to chest, press away with your shoulders, round the spine, tuck your tailbone. Look like an angry Halloween cat. I do have a bit of a flat spot here, so your cat may look more beautifully rounded than mine. It's all good. Either way, right? As long as we're trying to get to that rounded position. All right, so let's flow this. Inhale, coming into cow. Exhale, press away, round into your cat. Keep flowing from one to the other, letting your breath be your guide. finish up the one you're on, and we'll come back to neutral. And we're going to work on warming up the glutes a bit. So let's extend right leg back. I want you just to look down, make sure toes are pointing toward the floor. And we're going to pulse. Just little movements. And relax. Take it to the other side, left leg back, toes down. Take a peek, make sure that's the case. Spine neutral, and pulse. And relax. Beautiful. Let's sit hips back to heels for a moment, just getting a little extended child's pose. From here, let's come up onto the knees. We're going to step the right foot forward into a low lunge. Keeping torso up at the moment though, hands on hips. Sink in. Find a little stretch along the front of your left hip. If you like, you can grab blocks here, if you have those. Now let's fold it forward with our upper body, maybe coming a little deeper into this lunge. Then send hips back, so that your left hip is over your left knee, straightening your right leg and flexing toes to the ceiling. All right, so there's our half splits. Let's flow between the two. Inhale, lunge, exhale, half splits. Finish on a half split. Beautiful. Let's bend that front knee, bringing ankle under knee, bring torso up, and bring your right knee underneath you. We'll take it to the other side now. So stepping left foot forward, we're going to stay torso up for a moment. Hands can be on hips or thigh. And then let's fold it forward, seeing if we can sink a little deeper into this low lunge. Lovely. From here, let's bring hips back. So right hip is over right knee, left leg extends, and toes flex to the ceiling. And we'll flow it again. Inhale into your lunge. Exhale into half splits. Next time you find half splits, let's pause there. Bend the front knee, bringing ankle under knee, bring torso up, and we'll bring that left knee underneath. Sit hips back toward heels again, into that extended child's pose, really reaching long. Let's get a little more full body warm up. Inhale, coming to tabletop. Exhale, tuck those toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, dropping the knees. Exhale, sitting back. Child's pose. Keep flowing with your breath. It's just these 3 poses. tabletop, child's pose, tabletop, down dog. Next time you find your way to downward facing dog, let's pause there. From your downward facing dog, let's try lifting right leg as high as we can. Keep breathing. And bring it back down. Try the same thing on the other side. Lift left leg high and breathe. Great job. Bring it back down. And let's walk or hop our feet up toward the top of our mat. Inhale, lift halfway, reaching head away from butt, backside, tushy. Weird things come out when words try to compete. Inhale, coming up to standing. Beautiful. From here, let's step right foot back into a warrior one. So, ding. All right. Toe slightly turned out to the right. Deep bend in the front knee. Pelvis neutral. You can take arms up overhead or bring them down to heart. Or even take them behind you, palms together, and flip it up for a reverse prayer. Okay, wherever your arms are at, let's release them down behind our back. Interlace fingers, press down. See if you can lift without leaning forward. Really pressing through the hands. And then hinge forward at the hips to find humble warrior. Reaching head away from that butt still. Great job. Let's tip torso back up. Release your hands. Step your feet together. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Step back with the left foot to your warrior one. Toes turn out to the left. Deep bend in the right knee. Neutral pelvis. And then again, take arms up overhead or hands to heart. Or reverse prayer. One more breath here. Let's release hands behind the back. Interlace fingers, press down, lift. And hinging forward from the hips. Keeping back as flat as you can. Humble warrior. Let's inhale, bring torso back up. Exhale, release the hands. Step your feet together. Whew, fantastic. Let's go again. We're going to take a shorter warrior one stance this time. So step back just a little bit less than you normally would. Again, bending that front knee. Find that neutral pelvis. Favorite arms. Whatever those may be right now for your warrior one. Okay, let's all release our hands down to our hips. Straighten the front leg. Hinge forward at your hips, coming into pyramid pose. So long spines, again, hands could rest on your legs, on your thigh, your shin, blocks. As long as we're not getting super rounded and we're lengthening through the spine, feeling a stretch along the back of your left leg, we're doing great. All right, really engaging through your core. Let's lift the torso up and step your feet together. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Stepping left foot back to a short warrior two, warrior one. Whew. Okay, we'll get through this together. Bending the right knee, pelvis in neutral. We can bring hands, again, anywhere you'd like for your warrior pose today. Let's all bring our hands down to our hips. Straighten the front leg. Hinge forward from the hips, then your hands can come down to your thigh, your shin, or your blocks. Let's inhale, bring your torso back up. Exhale, bring your feet together. And now we are ready to head into our peak pose. Yay! We are going to head into our standing splits. Know that it's going to take some strength. It's going to take some balance. It's going to take a lot of faith. Okay? You have to have a lot of trust in yourself. Let's start by stepping that right foot back again into our short warrior one. Okay. Got this stance. It's just a really good starting spot to head into our standing splits. Okay? If you have blocks, you might want them up there, right by your foot. Heading into our standing splits. Head and torso are going down. Back legs lifting, front legs extending, okay? We're gonna make all this happen together. Hands can reach down for blocks, for the floor, or you could grab onto your own leg. The only thing with grabbing onto your own leg is then you only have one point of contact with the floor, your foot, so it's a little harder to balance. Just keep that in mind. You can take whatever version you like. Just please don't fall, all right? If you feel like you're tipping, tip back so you can bring your back foot back down to earth. All right, let's try it. So, tipping forward, torso's going down, head's going down, back legs lifting. Really squeezing these glutes to lift that leg. Hands coming down to blocks, floor, or maybe your ankle. Let's shift back, heading back to that warrior one short stance. Torso comes up, step your feet together. How'd that go? Hopefully it wasn't too scary. So we're gonna try the other side now. Step left foot back into that short warrior one, little bend in our right knee. We're gonna head into that standing splits again. So, front half, we're going to pivot from the hip. Front half tips down, back leg tips up, front leg straightens. Lift, lift, lift as much as you can. Okay, great job. Let's shift it back. Torso comes up. You can step your feet together. Beautiful, beautiful. We already did balance pose. So we're actually gonna head down to the floor now and cool down. So inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them together down past the heart. So we hinge forward into a standing forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows here and dangle. Let's bend both knees, plant your hands on the mat, walk it back to a downward facing dog. From this downward facing dog, let's lift right leg. And then draw right knee up to right wrist. You're rotating your ankle in a little bit, sliding left hip back, finding our half pigeon. You can keep your torso upright. If you like, that'll give you more of a stretch on the front of your left hip. Or you can come down into a sleeping half pigeon and get more of a stretch on the outside of the right hip. If you're in a sleeping pigeon, let's bring torso back up. Shift your left hip forward, tuck left toes. We're going to head back to that three-legged dog, right leg in the air. And then you can bring right foot down to the mat. Try it on the other side, taking left leg high. And then bring left knee up toward left wrist, rotating your ankle in a bit. Is this comfortable? Slide your right hip back. And again, your pigeon can stay up, or we can calm down. If you are in sleeping pigeon, let's bring torso up, shift right hip forward, tuck your right toes. We're going to go up and back, three-legged pigeon, or dog, not a three-legged pigeon, that'd be weird, right? Let's go from three-legged dog to a regular down dog. And drop knees to the mat, cross your ankles, walk it back, and extend legs out in front of you. Let's just do some gentle hamstring stretches. Keeping right leg straight, let's bend left leg. You can either bring your left foot to the inside of the right leg or on top. Inhale tall, exhale hinge forward, reaching for your toes, taking whatever comes your way. Inhale, come on up. Tip your left knee to the ceiling. Doesn't matter if it's on this side of your right leg or that. Hug your left knee with your right elbow, and let's twist to look to the left, or maybe even behind you. Try to keep sitting tall as you twist. unwind. Extend your left leg and we'll switch sides. Bend the right knee. Either bring your foot to the inside or ankle on top of that left leg. Inhale tall. Exhale, lead with the heart as you hinge forward from the hips. Inhale, bring that torso up. Tip your right knee to the ceiling. Give it a hug with the left elbow and twist to your right this time. Let's untwist. Extend that right leg long. Just point and flex the ankles. Beautiful. Bending both knees, bring the soles of your feet together into butterfly. Bring your feet to you or lift yourself and bring you to your feet. Knees opening up toward the floor. If you feel pretty open, feel free to lean forward, leading with the heart. Inhale, come up tall. Bring hands on your knees, drawing them together. And then we'll just swish side to side. Come back to center. Spring feet hip width apart. Hands on the floor behind you, fingers facing your butt. We're going to reverse tabletop to help open up the front of the hips after all those forward folds. Inhale, lift. Feel like you can move around a little bit here. Feel like I'm probably a little bit of a weirdo that I like to do that, but it hits spots that I just can't really stretch in other ways. Like right along my spine, the front of my shoulders. All right, let's bring it down. Take a breath. We're going to go up one more time. So next inhale, press it up again. Great job. Exhale, release. And then let's roll gently onto our backs. We're just going to take a supine twist before Shavasana. So you can take your arms out wide if you have enough space, or you can bend them at 90 degrees, or even I like to take them overhead a lot. Wherever you're at, just make sure your arms are out of the way of your legs, falling to the side. Inhale here. Exhale, let both knees drop over to your right, and turn your head to look left, continuing that twist all the way up your spine. back to center. And then tip knees to the left as you look to your right. Coming back to center. Extend your legs long, reach arms overhead, flex feet to the ceiling. It's that big full body stretch that we started today's practice with. And then let your arms relax down near your sides, palms up if you can. If it's uncomfortable, palms down is fine. Let your legs drift apart, letting your feet flap however they like. I want you to settle in for your Shavasana, knowing that you can take another position if that's more comfortable for you. Wherever you're at, I'd like you to fully relax. Close your eyes if that feels good for you. Letting go, letting go, letting go. No need for the muscles to work hard anymore. We did that. No need for your mind to work right now. It's fine to let it go blank or meander, as long as we're not focusing on any one of those meandering thoughts. Each breath sinks you deeper and deeper into relaxation. So our time here in Shavasana is drawing to a close. And let your next breath be a bit deeper. Another deep, deep breath. Start to bring gentle movement to the body, whatever feels good in this moment. Whether that's wiggling fingers and toes, rotating arms and legs, or maybe another one of those big stretches overhead. Then as you feel ready, find your way back to a comfortable seated position. And I want you to start by thanking yourself for showing up on the mat today. For some of you, that standing splits may have been a brand new move. So congratulate yourself, whether new or old in your practice, for giving it a go. However it went, doesn't matter. The important part is you tried. And we're going to take arms out to the side. Inhale, scooping up all the goodness we got from today's session. All that love, all the energy. And bring it down to your heart. I wish you peace, love, and happiness. Thank you for joining me for this video. All right, I'd love to hear in the comments how that went for you, and if there's any other poses you'd like to focus on or other types of flows you'd like to see on this channel. As long as you're still here, it'd be awesome if you could subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thanks so much. Bye.